slight wheel spin there. Let's do a quick horn test right here. Oh wow, it feels faster than in normal mode. Charging ports, you have AC and DC. Hey guys, here we have the Ora 03 400. This is an electric hatchback, and here's the key. You can see it has the Ora logo right there, and it has the lock, unlock, and a trunk release button. This one is for the unlock. So you can see when you unlock the car, the headlights will turn on, and it does have the intelligent light, and the overall styling is retro with circular headlights and a smooth all-around body. And at the rear we can see this very cool light bar. Yeah, that's the tail light for the car. These are the reflectors and the reverse lights. You can see it has the Ora nameplate right there, and GWM, which stands for Great Wall Motor. It is very compact. That's the Corolla Altis for reference. Let's unlock it again. Let's hop in the back. Oh, you have to be mindful of your head because this C-pillar slopes down a bit. There is no light here. The light is just on the front. I got decent amount of headroom. I have foot room and nice amount of leg room. That's the interior right there. We'll hop in that in just a sec. You have a USB input right there for charging. You have pockets. Overall, the fit and finish is okay. It does have a nice padded armrest. So yeah, let us check the boot space real quick. So here is the boot space. A fairly reasonable amount for its size, and when you lift out the boot, since the taillight is there, there's this guidance light right here for safety. Alright, so let's close the boot and let's go ahead for a drive. So when we hop in, the car is already turned on, right? It immediately turns on the air conditioning once you unlock the car. So let's put the key right here. Alright, so let's turn on the light for a bit. So this is the center console. This is the rotary gear selector. That is drive. And you have a couple of sound effects when you put the car in gear. When you put it in reverse, you have a 360-degree camera and a backup camera. And to put it in neutral, just flick it once. And then for park, just press P. The steering wheel is leather wrapped, a 2-spoke steering wheel with multifunction controls that are capacitive. We'll fiddle this around later. This is the center console. It does have a nice pattern right here. And this is the electronic parking brake. It automatically engages once you're in park. And here you have more storage space, and this one is actually a wireless charger. You have a small-ish cubby, but it is pretty deep, so you can still store more stuff right there. You have 2 cup holders right here and more storage area right here. Because this is an electric vehicle, it doesn't have that usual transmission tunnel that is found in most ICE cars. You have these very interesting switch gear right here for the air conditioning. This one is to turn it on and off, and this one's for the AC button. I do wish you can adjust the temperatures right here. This feels very solid and nice to the touch. Here we have a floating style tablet for the infotainment and a digital driver's display. You have Apple CarPlay as well, and power assistant. You can see that if the vehicle has charge and your consumption. Here you can control the temperature, and everything in the climate control can be controlled here. This one is a shortcut for the around view monitor, and this one is, it's like a shortcut button. So right now it is set for the climate, so it is easier to adjust because there are no shortcuts right here. Yeah, let's go ahead and take it for a drive. So if we switch modes, there's a button right here, and there's a sound effect when you switch modes. So right now we are in sport. It's supposed to, oh wow, it feels feels faster than in normal mode. Power is delivered much more instantly. And it turns this very cutesy car into a very fast hatchback. It's like a hot hatch. And the brake region is pretty aggressive. It can slow the car down. We can also see right here in the gauge that the car is scanning its environment, so we can see that there's a car there, and it also shows there, and you have a broken line here and a solid line here. It also shows in the gauge display, very much like a Tesla. There's also an interesting whirring sound in the engine bay when you're in sport mode. The NVH is okay. There's a little bit of a road noise, but then that's because you don't hear any engine whatsoever, so it is still fairly quiet. So this car also has a blind spot monitoring system, and when you turn on the signal light, the 360-degree camera will automatically pop up. One thing that I also noticed with this car is that the turn signals go back to its home position. So let's say when you're turning right, it goes back to the center. The initial instinct to turn it off is to put it on the left, and then the left turn signal will turn on. So the trick is you just flick it once to cancel the turn signal. Or you can, if you're going to change lanes, just flick it once and it will blink thrice. Just a little quirk of this funky car. You have automatic headlights as well, and automatic windshield wipers. So we are still in sport. Let's do a little bit of an acceleration. Slight wheel spin there. The road is still wet, but just goes to show how much torque this car has. You have to be very mindful of the speed limit because it is easy to overpass that in this car. You have adjustable headlight levelers right here, a button to open the boot, and this one is actually a kill switch for the car. So to turn it off, you press this 3 times. The overall dash design is just that minimalist with this retro style switchgear, and you have these blue stitching that runs across the dash. It does help brighten up the cabin. You also have this nice silver accent that goes around the door. It does have a traffic sign recognition, overspeed alarm, a cruise speed limit, and lane keeping assist. You have auto emergency braking, forward collision sensitivity, forward collision warning as well. Let's do a quick horn test right here. Oh, that is an interesting horn. It is not the usual ones that we've driven in most EVs. So this one has the auto hold function, and that means that you can leave the car in drive and just, when you press on the brake, it will automatically hold the brakes for you. So right now we have 252 kilometers left of charge there. That beeping sound you hear is for the blind spot monitoring. Let's try to switch it to Eco. When you're in Eco, it does have the nice wind chimes to signify that you are helping the environment. And with Eco, the brake region is much more aggressive. But does it deliver much more torque? It still delivers torque, but it is not as aggressive as in sport mode. Another benefit of driving an electric vehicle is that when you're coming into a complete stop, there is a brake region that's working in the car, so that helps. That also helps in charging the battery. So bumps pretty well. And this car also has a cruise control right here. There's a little stalk on the side. And in fairness, because the car can still scan that Fortuner over there and that Navara over there. Switch to modes once more. This one is auto, normal. See, the keys are moving about the place because the torque is just unreal with these electric vehicles. And this one has actually a total range of 374 kilometers on a full charge, but then that would also depend on your driving style. See the power gauge right there. That was the lane keeping assist doing its thing, because the steering wheel was vibrating when I overstepped the broken line. And I believe in sport mode, the steering wheel changes a bit also. It is now much more responsive and much more weighted as compared to the eco and normal modes. So the batteries in this car are on the floor, which means that all the weight is beneath the car. And actually the driving position is spot on. The mirrors are large. The rear window is a little bit on the small side, but you can clearly see it on the rear view mirror and on the around view monitor. Overall, the ride is just smooth, and again, this is a bumpy road, soaks up the bumps pretty well. Seats are also powered by power recline, and it also has the height adjustment. The seats feel nicely bolstered, so you can change that sensitivity to like low, medium, or high. Yeah, this car has a lot of safety features. Here we have some of the settings for the car. Oh, there you go. We have single pedal mode. So when you have that activated, the car will come to a complete stop without pressing the brake. That is so cool. You have Eco Plus, so that you have much more range for the car. Let's turn that off. Single pedal mode. You have your electronic stability control, electric power assisted steering. There you go. So we were just in comfort mode, and in sport mode, yeah, it also changes. It varies on your driving mode, and you have light. For city driving, it changes quite instantly. There you go. It's much more heavier now. Switch to light. We can also adjust the brake region, so we can have it in strong, normal, and light. So earlier it was strong because as I let my foot off the throttle, the car was slowing down intensely. But again, you can also switch it to single pedal mode, which allows the car to brake by itself and just keep your foot on the throttle. That is very interesting. Yes. The blind spot monitoring is going crazy. But again, you can turn that off here. This is honestly a very interesting car. I wasn't expecting it to drive like this and to have these amount of features in such a small car. This is just a preview as of now. You better contact GWM and say that you're interested in this car. See, the around view monitor is really helpful. You can see that there are also dynamic guidance lines for the backup camera, which helps us center the vehicle in this parking spot. And it also has a parking sensor, and when you're getting close to an obstacle or a vehicle, it will zoom into that specific view. That is very interesting. You can only find these features in much more premium cars, I believe. But yeah, put the car in park, turn off the air conditioning, and to turn off the car, you have to press this button 3 times, or you can just open the door and lock the car. But let's try this one. To start the car, you just press the brake pedal, and there you go. There's this very wide door sill right here. I think this is a common thing with EVs, so you have to be mindful of this door sill. It also has keyless lock and unlocking, and this one is your charging ports. You have AC and DC right there. So that was a drive and a preview of the Ora 03400. If you guys enjoyed this video, please leave a like and subscribe to the channel to be notified once I upload a new video. This has been TJ. I'll see you in the next video. Thanks for watching.